how can you hit more greens with your short irons the very next time you play golf? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that with 4 simple tips. So does this scenario sound familiar to you? You've hit an absolutely perfect tee shot right into the middle of the fairway, A1 position, and you've only left yourself a short iron into the green. So you're expecting to give yourself a birdie putt and walk off with at worst a par, but you miss the green. You don't get up and down and you make bogey, or maybe you make double bogey, and you stand on the next tee frustrated because you missed an opportunity. Well, how do you fix that? How do you guarantee or increase the chances of you finding the green more often? Well, it's actually a little bit easier than you think, and it's all to do with planning process, and we're going to run through that in this video. The first thing I want you to do is try and eliminate some certain terms, okay? The term about, or anything that's vague like I'm pretty sure. Let me give you an example. Would you see a tour player on TV and hear the caddy say, I think it's about 120 to the flag? And the player go, how far is it to carry the bunker? It's about 100 yards. It just wouldn't happen. The first thing we need to do is we need to know for absolute definite the distances that we've got. So, how do we do that? Well, the first thing is we use a distance measuring device. Here's my laser. So that flag is 121 yards away. The bunker is 98 yards to carry. So actually the flag's probably a little bit further over that bunker than what it appears to be. So straight away I know that there's actually more room there than I initially thought. Now I also use a GPS watch that tells me it's 131 to the back of the green. So I've got 97, 98 to carry the bunker, 121 to the flag, 131 to the back of the green. Those numbers are accurate. I'm confident now that I know exactly what I'm faced with. So the first thing would be, know your numbers, get your numbers. That's the first thing we need to do to stand over the ball with confidence. Okay, point number 2, once I've got those numbers, where do I aim? Well, unfortunately, the reality is there's probably not many of us who are good enough to aim at the flag. This is how I want you to think about this. If I was to use my TrackMan, hit 1,000 shots from 120 yards and plot them, we could put a circle around all of those shots. Okay? Now, as your handicap gets a little bit higher and your ability gets a little bit less, that circle, that dispersion gets a little bit greater, and we can sort of visualize that getting a little bigger. But everybody out there has this dispersion. So what I have to do is say, well, when I hit this shot with my club that I'm going to hit for 120 yards, I'm almost guaranteed that it's going to land within that circle. But I don't know whether it's going to be the left side, the right side, in the middle, slightly left, slightly right. I don't know. I just know it's going to be within that circle. So here, if I aim at this flag, I hit a shot which goes 4 yards left. I miss the green. I'm in the rough. I don't get up and down. I drop a shot. The shot that I hit that went 4 yards left is not a bad shot. It's not a bad swing, because I know from my research that that's within my dispersion. It was just a poor aim. And all too often I see golfers missing greens, thinking it was a bad swing, blaming the swing, confidence drops, and they start to unravel for the rest of the round of golf. When the reality was it wasn't a bad swing, it was a poor aim. So I really have to aim what I call my dispersion. If I aim 4 to 5 yards right of this flag, I know that wherever my ball lands within my dispersion, I'll be on the green. Now, if I happen to hit it a little left, great, I'm a little closer. Hit it a little right, never mind, I've got a longer putt, but I'm probably not going to make bogey. So choosing your aim based on your dispersion, your ability, is absolutely vital. Don't aim at the flag. It's probably not the best thing, especially when it's kind of tucked in the back like this. Okay, point number 3 is the club that I'm going to use. 56 degree for me goes around about 115 yards. That should be perfect. Flag's at 120, it's going to leave me a little bit short. 56 sounds like a great club, but I'm not going to use 56. I'm not going to use 52. I'm actually going to use a pitching wedge. I've gone 2 clubs less. Now, why is that? Well, as you can possibly see, it's winter time. It's pretty cold. The ground is soft. The greens are soft. It actually sits a little bit more back to front. If I hit 56 and hit it as hard as I can, there's a very good chance that ball's going to land and suck right the way back to the front of the green. With pitching wedge, I'm going to get a lower flight and I'm going to get far less spin. So I'm a little bit more confident that wherever this ball lands on the green, it's going to stop. So I don't have to worry about the ball sucking back off the green. It also means that for me to hit this club 120 yards, I'm going to make a slightly shorter swing I'm going to make a slightly more controlled swing. Probably going to be a little bit easier for me to control that. So I'm gaining control on my swing, I'm gaining control over the ball flight, and I'm having the ball be a little bit more predictable when it lands. Now, I appreciate that the conditions wherever you are might be different, and if there's the middle of the summer and the green and the pin was at the front, absolutely it might be a 56. So it's not always a pitching wedge from this distance, but what I'm saying is try and read the situation and don't always go for the club that is that yardage for you. Think about what might be the best club for the situation that you're faced with. Point number 4, we've done everything. We've done our homework. We've got the distances that we know are accurate. We've got our aim, which is based on our dispersion. We've got the right club based on the situation. The final thing is just to fully commit to your routine. Go through the full routine that you would, which for me is a couple of movements behind the ball where I'm just trying to feel the shot. What is it, the shot that I'm trying to feel? So it's a slightly lower flighted shot with a slightly shorter swing, with a little bit of a shorter follow through. I then step back. I have one last sort of stance here where I visualize the flight, I visualize what it's going to look like through the air, and I then walk in, pick my intermediate target based on my thing that I'm aiming at, and I go ahead and hit it. So let's go ahead and do that and see if we can get this ball hopefully a little bit right to the flag, but on the green and putting. Okay, so a little right to the flag, and that's a little bit short of the flag, but that's pretty good from there. I'm on the green, and that's kind of really the whole point of this video, is how can we guarantee we hit it on that green more often. Now, if you think about where that ball went, probably slightly left of where I aimed. So in terms of a golf swing, could I say it was a great golf swing? Probably not, it was to the left. Had I aimed at the flag, I may well have missed that green. I might be chipping, I might make a bogey, but I played to my strengths, I played to my dispersion, I was aware of what my aim should be, and that allows me to hit a less than perfect shot. I probably underhit that by maybe 5 to 10 yards, I can't actually see the ball from here, so it's a little bit short on distance. However, I'm on the green, I'm putting, and if we can make sure that whenever you're inside 130 yards, you're putting, it's a great way to keep those scores down, give yourself more birdie putts, take away those bogeys, take away those doubles, which can really derail your round of golf. So 4 things that you can do next time you play, which can help you guarantee you hitting the green more often with your short irons. There's no excuse, we can all do these things. They're not reliant on skill level or ability, they're just a little bit of discipline and having a plan when you step onto the golf course. Hope that really helps, some on-course tips to help you play some better golf. Usual stuff, as always, is below the video. There's a comments box down there, there's a like button. There's also a subscription link in the corner. Would love you to be part of the channel. I really believe these videos can help you play some better golf. Thanks for watching.